Real Estate and Chill podcast, the newest and coolest podcast. So tune in. Two experts discussing the real estate market. Loan officer James Chaudhry and associate real estate broker Kevin Iglesias. Beware, this is not another boring podcast. This right here is the shit you need to hear. Respectfully.
Yo. Welcome back, episode 5, Real Estate and Chill. We're here with a very special guest. My name is James Chaudhry. I work at United Mortgage, and I'm here with my co-host,
Kevin Iglesias, associate broker with Realty Connect. Today we have a very, very special guest. We know you heard of Pitbull, Mr. 305. We know you know the man with the gold chains around his neck, Mr. T. I pity the fool. Yeah. But today we have the man that you can see only with these glasses. The man you can see from every angle. He's been on every news outlet. He's even been on World Star. Today we have Mr. 3D, Stephen King.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. What's going on? I'm pumped up.
We're excited to have you here, man.
Thank you. Yeah, Stephen King, Realty Connect, associate broker as well, and I guess now 3D man.
I hope you like that flyer we made for you, bro.
Yeah. I might have to tag
it. Well, awesome to have you here, man. We know your schedule, your phone must be blowing up like crazy.
Yeah, it's been nuts. The 3D printed house been kicking my ass, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So you're pretty much famous now, man.
A little bit. You know what? Everybody says that now, and I'm like, listen, in 2 months, I'm going to be on the streets begging for change. Hoping people will remember me making stupid videos, trying to get as much attention as possible again.
Yo, paparazzi must be like everywhere on you right now.
Yo, who let him in here?
Let this guy out of here, man.
Yo, this is what this man causes, bro. We invite him onto the show. We got people running in. Oh, my gosh.
You're going to have
shit.
Get autographs after the show.
Yeah, might have to. All right, yo, Steven, tell us a little about yourself. So you're into real estate. How'd you get started? What do you love about the industry?
I got started when I got my license part-time in the beginning. I got it when I was 20 years old. I used to do foreclosure inspections for banks. So I used to go around to vacant foreclosed homes, and I used to be the guy who used to go inside and make sure nobody was like squatting or living in there illegally.
Like BPOs or?
In a way.
Okay.
Yo, for the people who don't know what that is, what is a BPO? Real quick.
Bank.
Don't ask me. I just got my license.
It's like
a broker's, what is it? Like a BPO, broker's opinion on price or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with that.
Google it. The experts who don't know anything about BPOs.
I 3D printed my license.
Oh, smokes. So I used to do foreclosure inspections, kind of. Used to go around, it was in 2012 and 13 and stuff. So I was going around making sure people were still living in their homes and they weren't, if they were in process of getting foreclosed on and things like that. And then I was doing that job. It was a self-employed job, and I wanted to get my real estate license because I was saving up to purchase real estate. That was like my vehicle. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad when I was 19.
Man, I'm reading that now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Are you really?
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
What?
Yeah,
you're late to the train. I haven't read it either, but you're late to the train.
Dude, your business is going to blow up even more now. Holy smokes.
I just got my license. No pressure.
But yeah, so I was doing that job, and I was saving up to purchase real estate. And I was like, you know what? What's the best way to learn about real estate while I'm getting ready to invest in it? I was like, let me go get my license. So I got my license, and I was doing some deals on the side over at Coldwell Banker, M&D Good Life. I was learning the business from them. And then while I was doing my inspection job, I was like, I used to do inspections for $3 a house.
Wow,
that's crazy.
$3 a house.
Yo, he's giving us competition, bro. We gave away a $1, inspection last episode. He got the.
Oh, that's still going on, by the way. You can still win that $1 inspection. All you got to do is go to our Instagram, tag 3 people, comment, and you'll be entered in.
Yes, we're going to be announcing the winner on the next episode. Yeah.
Cool. So I was doing inspections for $3 a house, and an inspection means you're just going by to make sure people live there. And if it's vacant, I have to go inside and take pictures of everything. And I was doing 100 inspections a day.
Wow.
At 19, 20 years old. I was making that's good money when you're 19, 20 years old.
So
$3
$3 a pop and 100. So what, you were making $300 a day?
a day. Yeah.
Damn, that's not
7
bad.
days a week?
It would vary.
Okay.
Sometimes I would go 14 days straight, no break. And then sometimes I would go 10 days with no work. Yeah.
So what made you, join Realty Connect?
Be honest,
The money.
the commission split.
Of course.
That's it. The commission split is better than anywhere else I've ever seen, and it allows me to pass those savings off onto clients sometimes when need be, and it gets me up in the morning. I get to work the same amount and make twice as much money as I was with Coldwell Banker, and
So again, with that story, why work harder when you could work smarter?
smarter. That's
Exactly.
my motto, baby. I like it.
So good. We're on the same page.
Mine too.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Yo, I'm always learning those one-liners.
I just saw him outside laying in the grass. I said, yo,
we can't be joking about this stuff, bro. No. Yo, cancel culture is real.
all right, we'll cut that out.
Yeah, we're going to have to cut that whole thing out. But it's all right. But, no, I hear you on that. That's definitely smart. You got to make sure that you look out for yourself.
You want me to start over?
No. Sorry, it's all right.
We'll figure something out.
People are going to be like, what the fuck is going on in this episode?
Oh, man.
But give us some background on, like, how you became a top producer, right? Because everybody wants to know.
All right. So when I first got in with Realty Connect, I got in with Realty Connect. I was like, okay, now I'm going to do the business full time and give it my all and do 100% real estate. So I sat down with Michael Arnolino, our broker owner, and John Fitzgerald, and I was like, look, what do you guys recommend to build this business? And Michael Arnolino just gave it to me straight. Closed the door, sat me down for 2 hours, said, this is what you have to do, A, B, C, and D. And he said, do exactly that. He said, he laid it out, and Michael Arnolino is he's a beast.
Yeah, he is, man.
He's a beast.
His numbers are crazy.
He's been bringing in probably grossing $1 million a year for longer than both of us have been alive.
Probably since I was swimming.
Yeah. So, and pretty much the advice he gave me was pick an area, become the most knowledgeable person, the expert in that area that you can be. It's going to take time. Build the process slowly, and that's exactly what I did. And I started with Patchogue because I lived there. I started getting involved with as many things as I possibly could. And through getting involved with as many things as I possibly could, I developed a little bit of a passion for, community work and dedicating time and money and donating time and money and things like that. And it just blew up from there. So
he's gonna be the mayor of Patchogue. Watch.
I'm excited that
the mayor of Patchogue watches this. He's gonna think I'm competition.
Oh, we gotta take care, Steve.
So we there is something that you're known for. You like to give back to the community. If you want to give, tell us a little bit about that. What you do, for your community. We'd love to, talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So I first got involved with the Chamber of Commerce. Patchogue Chamber of Commerce is one of the most active Chamber of Commerces on all of Long Island. It's incredible. It's been a great resource. And through getting involved with them and, these community events, they developed a need for a young professional kind of networking group. They're like, Steve, we need a younger audience. So they gave me the role. A good friend of mine, Tiffany Rivera, they said, look, build a young professional network. So we said, all right. We grabbed a couple of young professionals in the neighborhood, Michelle Kea, Benny Miggs, and a couple of others, and we just built the Patchogue Young Professionals. And all that we do is we sit in a room once a month and we come up with ideas for events that the town needs, whether it's raising money for this charity that's opening up next month or doing something with the schools. So we just come up with ideas on the spot. The best idea wins, and we just take it and run with it. And we do whatever we want, really. It's pretty cool. And through the Patchogue Young Professionals, we developed a really close relationship with the Patchogue Medford High School. We do the Shark Tank business program there.
Yeah, that was cool. I seen that on your Instagram.
Yeah. You want me to take these off now?
These glasses are 3D for those that don't know. And my eyes were just like, pulsating. And let's dive into that because I did see that on your Instagram. That's pretty cool. You guys are giving back to kids and inspiring them, motivating them. It's so cool because one idea could turn into like millions, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, definitely talk to us about that.
So one of our board members at the time, his name is Kyle Khalidi. He's awesome. He came up with this idea. He's like, what if we did like a Shark Tank kind of business program for the students? We were like, that's a great idea. That idea wins this month. Let's just run with it. We called up the school district. We're like, here's our idea. We want to do it. They said, absolutely. So what we do is the students build their own teams and they pitch mock businesses to us, the Sharks. We're the Sharks in this case.
Nice.
And the winning team, the first year we offered out $500 to the winning team, $250 for second, and I forget what it was for third at the time. But this year we were able to offer out $1,000 to first place, $500 for second, $250 for third. And next year it's only going to get bigger and better. Maybe we'll offer $1,500 or $2,000 to the first place prize. And what we noticed in doing this was how smart these kids really are. They're talented as hell. I mean, you have your camera guy here.
The editor Mike, shout out to Mike,
Editor
man.
Mike.
He's a beast.
Some people ask us about him. I'm just like, you don't need to know anything about him. He's ours.
Self-taught genius. Yeah, don't look for Mike. We said it in the next episode, all right?
Nobody's going to know who he is. We can't give his information out.
But these kids, they're brilliant. And I'm like, all right, if my dumb ass in high school can come up and be a top producer, I can't, these kids are way smarter than I was at their age. And right now, today, at 17, 18 years old, they would run circles around some of the agents we all deal with, who are making $500,000 or $1 million a year. So once we first witnessed that, how intelligent and bright and enthusiastic these kids were, we were like, this is great. This has to happen every single year. And the ideas that these kids come up with, I couldn't come up with it if you paid me to do it. And they're just, so it showed us the future is very, very bright. It's inspired us.
Yeah,
now we get
it's
to bring
motivating.
them in. It's super motivating. Yeah. And that's been a very rewarding program, way different from monetary.
It's awesome when you give back and you see people happy, and it's priceless.
Yeah.
So 2 questions I want to dive into that. Are you the Mark Cuban of the Shark Tank?
I like to think so. I'm just a couple billion less than him. Though.
Second question. Who's the barber that always says, I'm out?
Wait, did you say the barber?
Yeah, Barbara. She's always like, any idea
barber.
on that show, whether it's like $1 million idea, she's like, I'm out.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm closer to $1 billion than Mark Cuban is. Let that sink in. He's worth like $4 billion. I'm worth like not even one. We're like close to zero. So I'm closer to $1 billion than he is. Shark Tank motive right there.
That's a good point, man.
I don't even know why I said that. But all right, moving on.
I'm so confused right now.
Yo, you don't get it? All right, Mark Cuban's worth $4 billion, right?
I get it.
All right, I'm just making sure you get it. The future is bright, though. All right, back to that.
It would definitely be Tiffany Rivera. She's like a short Puerto Rican woman who just gives it to these kids.
I don't like that idea.
Yeah. Oh, man.
My cousin's a Puerto Rican, so don't get offended, all right?
I'm actually part Puerto Rican.
Seriously?
Too. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. But
You got blue eyes, man. You got
I'm
nice
Irish,
eyes.
Italian, Puerto Rican.
Yo, funny story. We're sitting at a meeting, right? And this guy out of nowhere just like whispers in my ear. I can feel like the hair on my neck going up. He's like, hey, you got nice dimples in this hairline. and that's why I voted for him.
Yeah, I told Kevin at a meeting, I was like, this guy's got fucking... We're going all having these conversations like, that guy's got some mean dimples. Like, you could drink water out of those things. And I'm like, look at his hairline. That's a great hairline this guy's got.
I'm so self-conscious about my hairline. I think every guy is, but then we have you who's just like killing it right now.
Yeah. I mean, your eyebrows almost touch your hairline. That's pretty impressive. It's a strong hairline. That's pretty good.
I can't give away my secrets, all right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So another thing we were talking about earlier is, the fact that you talk to, these high schoolers about whether or not it's worth it to go to college, like the affordability of it, things of that nature.
So that's another thing that I just started, which is it's become my baby. I love it. It's called Apex Primary.
Awesome.
It's an after-school program for high school students to teach them how to go to college debt-free and how to build wealth debt-free. and we partnered with Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's just Dave Ramsey's like the second-rated talk show host in all of America. He has made more millionaires in America than probably anybody else, and all of his principles are just debt-free. Debt-free principles.
That's a game changer.
It is a game changer. You and I, like building this business, I don't think I would have been able to withstand the initial entry point of this business if I wasn't debt-free and had some cash aside to deal with the fact that when you first start, you're probably not going to get paid for the first 3 months.
It's tough.
It's one check every 3 months. And then you go to one check every 2 months. And if you stick through that point, you get there, you know? But debt-free principles have changed my life and allowed me to build this awesome business. And it's like just a way of giving back to these kids. So
That's awesome, man. Being that you touched base on that, what tips can you give to people like agents starting off, right? What can you give them advice-wise to become a top producer? What can they do differently?
I'll tell them, pick one area, stick to it, and become the most knowledgeable person that you can. And it's a hell of a ride. The beginning is tough. Getting through that first year is really, really difficult.
Yeah, my hairline didn't look like this. I was losing spots. It's stressful your first year, man. It's insane.
Tough. It's hard.
It's hard.
Some people get in the business
and they
hit the ground running.
Yeah.
But like those are people who I've noticed they've built networks throughout their life without realizing it. Like they were the kid in high school who was a sweetheart to everybody, never said a mean thing to everybody, and everybody loved them. And the minute they got into real estate, people naturally gravitated towards them.
I guess we weren't sweet kids.
Yeah. I was giving wedgies, swirlies,
spitballs.
No, but I wasn't that kid just for the record.
Yo, I'm just sitting here, it's like I can't relate to that. Maybe I was on the other side. I don't know.
But,
James, do my homework.
Yeah.
Okay. I probably would have.
But yeah, it's a tough business in the beginning, but it is the most rewarding business on the planet if you stick it through. Where else can you build $1 million a year business for a $1,200 entry point?
And there's no cap. Real estate agents have no cap, so you can make as much money as you want to if you work hard. That is.
There's no ceiling. There's no floor.
Sky's the limit.
And that actually is like that. It really means that because like you see a lot of people saying that like, oh yeah, like if you do X amount of deals, you can only make like whatever a few $100,000 a year, but you know, there's things you could do beyond that point that can make even more, and just keep growing, you know? So it's crazy.
Let's keep it at that. We don't want Mike to get his license. And
Mike, the business sucks. Stay out of it.
Don't get in it, Mike. Stay our editor forever. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
So, man, I really want to dive in and congratulate you on this 30 Under 30 award.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I don't know where he's going, but yeah, no. Tell us a little about that. So
Why is he
were
taking
the
his pants off? No, I'm just kidding.
so you are the you were ranked like 30, the top 30 real estate agent, I believe, right? Agent
in the country for the National Association of Realtors. So
wow.
How many agents are there?
Oh my God, the National Association of Realtors has 720,000 agents under them.
Wow.
It's the largest trade association in the country. The next largest has less than half of that.
Wow.
So there's 720 technically NAR realtors.
Wow. And
720,000.
And you're the in the 30 under 30. That's crazy to think about. Congratulations on that. That's actually amazing. Yeah, we see Kevin back in the
toast this.
Oh wow. Look at that.
So
I'm not allowed to drink. I'm only 20 years old. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we don't condone drinking and driving. This is actually sparkling cider, all right? Zoom into that mic when you can. All right, thanks.
But thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That was a big honor, so thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, so you gave back. Let's talk about the giving back on that as well. Mm-hmm. How much money did you raise?
That was expensive. After doing it, I was like, oh, I maybe should have started it lower and then scaled up last minute. But what I did was, for every vote that came in, I donated a total of $6. $2 to the Patchogue Kiwanis Club, which I'm a board member of, $2 to Angels of Long Island, and $2 to Gigi's Playhouse, which is just opening up. And so every time you voted, I donated $6. So we got.
I voted like 3 times too.
I literally said on my story, Steven posted, and I reposted on my story. I was like, make this your good deed of the day. Just vote for him like 50 times. Like literally.
Well, thank you. So at the end of it, we racked up almost $500. So it was $3,000 donated back into the community, which is awesome.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like it looks like we're playing beer pong.
Thank you. Oh, okay. All right.
All right, I can't reach that one.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
So congratulations.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh man, you got to put that in slow motion. I was freezing up in there. I'll take a sip.
Oh, landed on me. All right.
You can have the bottle too.
Thank you.
I'm going to
much
remove
in there.
this stuff from the... All right? For any shots from here on out, you're going to see this thing. Don't worry.
Congratulations, man. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
that.
So, next thing.
30.
There's many things that he's done. We're not going to have enough time
We're not
to
even
speak on
done. What time is it? We still have so much time left.
We have only got
been
to do like
23
2
minutes.
things that he's done. We have like
We've
50
only been
more.
here 20 minutes.
And we got a couple of cut out a couple of clips because
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, they're going to see it and be
And
like,
only
oh,
10
what happened?
Only 5 minutes of it is usable.
most of our episodes like an hour. Stephen King, 10 minutes.
We have to take out uncut from our thing now.
Subscribe to our Patreon. There you go.
All right, so next big thing. So, we
The
touched,
biggest thing.
Yes, we touched base a
One.
little bit on the, the 3D printed home. But we want to know a little bit more about that. So, 3D printed everything is just becoming so big nowadays.
His blaze is 3D printed.
So, like, you see people have, like, 3D printers in, like, their high schools and stuff like that. Like, it prints out, like, let's say, for example, you want to print this water bottle, right? You can just print it out, put it on the printer. It'll print this out for you. But what is a 3D printed home?
It's a home that's 3D printed.
Yo, but there's so many different things that go into it.
It's the same thing as a house, but it's 3D printed.
Sorry, I'm a little off my game today.
He's cut off.
Yo,
I
it scared me. I'm a little scared right now.
No, but it's funny because like when we were doing the open house, some people would bring their children, and their children would look at it and be like, "Oh, it's a 3D printed home." I totally get it. They needed no more explanation. They were not impressed by it whatsoever.
Really?
But the adults had every question. They just couldn't understand how it was possible. And so, congrats, you're in the adult category.
All right, now, you see those videos like explained to a preschooler, middle schooler. I'm moving up on that level, so I'm good.
Well, congratulations again. Yo, what the?
Oh, gotta be you again.
Congratulations again.
Yes. All right.
Yo, come on. All right, Mike, you got it.
Do it when we're not expecting, so I can fall off this chair.
Congratulations.
Yo, now I'm just scared this whole time.
My heart's racing.
Yo, half this episode is just us laughing. So if like you're into ASMR or people laughing, yo, watch this.
Oh!
Yo, I'm covering the cup. Oh my gosh. All right, great. So
I don't even feel like this is an interview anymore.
This tastes like apple juice. This is delicious.
all right.
How bad is this interview, guys? How bad is this?
I'm getting the best.
My cheeks are. I feel like I'm growing dimples right now.
All right, so let's get back on track.
All right, back on track.
So what's the difference between yo, come on.
Between a house and a 3D printed
Yo, what kind of question is that?
Yo, because all right, so I watched the
All right,
I watched the
serious.
thing on CBS, right? And I saw that there are some differences between a house that might be new construction and a 3D printed home. So are there any like major big differences between the two? Everything.
One is 3D
Obviously,
printed.
I know that.
So
Let's dive into this.
basically how the 3D printed house works is they have a machine. It's like a giant H, and it's on tracks. And they assemble the machine on site, right on the property. And the machine has a nozzle, a nose, a hose that spits out. Don't get me going. It spits out concrete. And, oh man, it spits out concrete and goes around. I've done this presentation 100 times.
Do I make you nervous?
The thing he shot at me, I'm still freaking out. So the machine comes in, it's assembled on site, and comes out and prints out layer by layer by layer of almost 2 inches thick concrete. And within about 48 hours of print time, you will have a full freestanding structure.
How many hours?
48
hours of print
So 2 days? Well,
now that print time is sometimes, depending on the temperature and the weather, is spread out over potentially a week. So on the long haul, you have a week to print it out. But 48 hours of print time. It takes 2 guys. One guy's just watching the machine. Wow. The other guy's eating lunch and watching the machine. And there you go. You have the structure, and then they have a separate roof that's assembled separately, hoisted on top. And
so everything's 3D but the roof.
The walls are 3D. Eventually, they're going to develop the technology to where they could 3D print cabinets, bathtubs, showers, sinks,
that's sick.
Everything.
So this is a game changer.
Game changer. Eventually, you're going to have a completely, fully 3D printed house. You know, you could 3D print cabinets. You just use different things than concrete. And right now, most 3D printers use different things than concrete. So
gotcha. Well, let's dive into this because you said it only takes 2 guys. How many? Like, it takes a crew of guys to make a brand new construction, and it doesn't take 48 hours either.
Yeah,
it's months.
You're 100% right. So, and one thing to clear up on it. So, just to build the structure will take 2 guys. You still need your cabinet installers to come in. You still need your tile installers. You still need your electrical guy, your electricians, your plumbers, your HVAC people. So those guys don't get cut out of the picture because.
But that's normal then. You know?
Correct. Exactly. It's just the framing part of it is now done by a machine in 48 hours of print time.
Damn, that's crazy.
And the cost is ridiculous. So like when we put it up online, you know, it was for sale for $299. Us on Long Island know that's a crazy price for new construction.
That's insane.
But when CNBC or CNN posted that and someone from, you know, Ohio or wherever, middle America, goes $299 and they're calling that a price drop, they're laughing at that because $299 buys you a mansion in other parts of the country. But, you know, the land alone between purchasing it, having closing costs on the purchase, having closing costs on sale, is almost $200,000. So they're producing new construction for about $100,000 essentially.
Damn, that's insane. That's a game changer.
Done. Move-in ready. Windows, roofing, everything.
That's insane.
So let's say, for example, we take that same scenario and we have, you know, construction crew. How much would that cost? Like, do you have any rough ideas on, like, the same similar thing? Like,
no, it's a good question. Actually, I had an opportunity to purchase a piece of property that had land attached to it. And the land was essentially free, right? So I could have purchased this lot and developed on it, but it would have cost me $500,000 to build a 2,000 square foot home that I would have only been able to sell for $450.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense. That was getting the land for free. So my understanding is it's anywhere from like $250 to $300 a square foot to develop.
And material. Let's talk about material costs. I mean, they skyrocketed now with everything. You know, so this is a big game changer. You guys came in like right in the clutch, slam dunked it, and just freaking all eyes on you.
Well, yeah, the company SQ4D, it's remarkable. It's been 3.5 years in the works to get to this point.
Wow.
And they're finally here. And yes, it's like, you know, the builder, the founder's concept is it's crazy that we build stick construction on Long Island when you're surrounded by water, using sheetrock in a atmosphere that is just moist and whatever. And but we're going to build out of concrete. They build concrete structures all over the world. Actually, America's like the only place where we don't build concrete. They build it down in Florida.
Now, for those who don't know, where's the first 3D home? Like, where's that model right now?
So 34 Millbrook Lane in Riverhead is the address for the house that is going to be printed. That's the new construction address. But we have a model home out in Calverton, New York, that is actually located in the middle of a concrete construction yard. It's located in the middle of Suffolk Cement. It was built there as a sample for the town of Riverhead to come in and sign off on the entire project. You know, this has never been done before, so the town of Riverhead's like, we're not just going to sign off on nothing. We need to know what we're working with. So the SQ4D printed the experimental house, the sample house at Suffolk Cement. Town of Riverhead signed off, and now we're printing the real one that somebody can actually live in.
That's amazing. That's, again, it's a game changer. So let's ask $1 million question, right? How'd you land that game-changing deal?
Good question. It was actually from the community service stuff.
Oh wow! He's in Patchogue himself.
Yes, the builder's a Patchogue guy, and through the Patchogue Young Professionals, when this was still just a concept and still just an idea, he had reached out to gauge what a younger audience's perspective would be on this type of technology, on a concrete house that's 3D printed, and. Just making sure I don't have one of these.
No, you're good. You're good.
And so he had reached out to me, and naturally, being a realtor and a younger guy, I latched onto. I was like, "This is the future. This is incredible," and that was kind of the feedback he was hoping for. And him and I became very close friends, and now he's a personal mentor of mine. He's a very dear friend of mine, and so through the Patchogue Young Professionals, I got connected with him when this was still in its infancy.
I want to touch base on two things, right? Mm-hmm. Back again, how you can just have an idea and turn it into millions. Yeah. So that's a game changer there alone.
Yeah.
You know, you have something in mind, you have that mindset, put it in action, and execute it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, how excited were you, man? Like how'd you feel? Like how'd you feel knowing that you had this in your pocket? It's like having gold. It's like having Lysol right now when everything was shut down.
You know what? It was amazing, and I went after it more so for the experience, really. When he's a big real estate investor. He's got real estate agents all over the place, and so the fact that he chose me was unbelievable, because even up until the point of it was getting listed, I was still uncertain. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be the realtor for this thing. He's got a ton of realtors in his back pocket. Why would he choose me?
How did it feel when you signed those papers?
It was crazy. We did a video, and I mean, that was really when it sunk in. I went home that night, and I was like, holy shit.
I missed the 3D.
Exactly. So it was surreal. It was incredible. And that played a big part in the 30 under 30 as well. Also, you know, they got wind of that, and that helped that whole application process. So,
damn, that's
breaking
amazing.
Barriers.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Congratulations again, man.
Been a wild year. Thank you. I appreciate that.
What else is in store for you? Like, what does the future hold for Mr. King?
I'm going to try to continue growing my real estate business to kind of get closer to being like a Kevin Iglesias.
Yo, I just got my license yesterday and said this.
Kevin's got a hell of a business. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but Kevin's a boss. Kevin's a big real estate agent, and he's built a hell of a business. He's 30 years old, right?
Yeah, 30 years old. Don't remind me.
Kevin, you know, when I first came to Realty Connect, you were already there. And, you know, you're one of the guys who I even were looking up to. You were getting all these awards when I first started. And I was like,
crazy.
Who the hell's this guy getting all these damn awards? It's like, I could get him too. And, but, yeah, you got a hell of a business.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot. Just because, so I started and I didn't know anything about real estate, and I just jumped into it, you know? And then I didn't know anything. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have somebody who was in my corner telling me, like, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. I just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
Was Realty Connect your first?
No, I was at Exit, and I didn't get any training, didn't like it, and then I just switched over.
How long were you in it?
I think I did one deal with them, and then I switched over when I heard 90%. I met with John, and I was like, yeah, this is the place I want to be.
And I'm doing the interviews now. While I drink my apple juice.
hearing from John himself, like he was on the third episode, and hearing from him like what he has to offer, it was crazy. It was mind blowing. And like seeing you two, both at the same company, and like what you guys both achieve, like it shows that at Realty Connect they make some really strong realtors there.
Well, John's a very humble guy. You look at him, you have no idea how massive of a business he had. But I'll tell you all, John was making over $1 million a year in his heyday, first like blowing that out of the water. John was a beast. I don't know if you could use that. I don't know if he'll want to use it, but it's the truth, and like that's the value in Realty Connect.
But and it's good that you bring that up because you want to work with somebody who's successful, who's grinded themselves from the bottom to the top, is at that level, and says, "Hey, look, guys, I support you." When we had him on the show, it was amazing, man. It was surreal because, like you said, when you started, you saw me winning awards. When I started, I saw him, and I was like, I could be there too.
Yeah.
And then just getting the stamp of approval was amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
surreal.
We can call John Fitzgerald right now, a guy who's killed it and have unlimited access to him, to Michael Ardolino. All of our broker owners are monsters. So like having access to that information is, forget about it. It's priceless.
It's like having the cheat codes to the game.
Exactly. They've done it before. They know how to get there, and they know how to train us to get there quicker.
Yeah, shout out to our brokers, John Fitzgerald and Mike Ardolino. Mike was very excited. He's like, yo, he followed me back. So that was pretty cool. But that just shows you, like, he's such a humble guy, man.
Yeah.
And great place to be at, and the money's good.
Yeah, and the money's great. Yes.
You guys are always convinced me. 1 inch closer to getting there. Who knows? Maybe I'll switch over.
But Ed, back to your other question. What's next for Steven? Just growing the real estate business, continuing to do the community stuff. That stuff I donate away probably about 40% of my schedule.
Wow.
But it's like very, very rewarding. And when I first started doing it, I was doing it to grow my business. And then after I saw the rewards from it, like on a personal level, I was like, this is just fulfilling stuff. It makes you feel great.
It's a feeling that money can't buy.
Exactly.
You can't put a price point on that feeling.
Exactly. And then I naturally latched onto it, and now I'm doing, the Apex primary. That's going to become a big thing of mine that we're putting a lot of effort into, teaching these students, and that's already been rewarding. Some of the kids have already changed where they're going to college.
Wow. Just
off of this program. So
that's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Honestly, it's really amazing to have like a mentor, that tells you the way, because I feel like, the system in place right now, it kind of just like, all right, go to high school, go to some college, like you have no idea what you're walking into. Yeah, go into like a private school, getting like $70,000 a year, go there for 4 years, like take on a ton of debt, go out of school, maybe you don't land the job that you want, because nowadays like people who don't have college degrees are still making, the same, if not more money than people who have degrees anyway.
I almost fell into that trap.
Did you go to college?
I was supposed to go to NYU Polytech
Wow.
for mechanical engineering. Big, fancy, brand name school. Sounds great. And I was super excited because I thought that's what successful people did at 17, 18 years old. 3 weeks before I was supposed to go, I found out I couldn't. I couldn't get the loan to...
Oh, financially?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. And thank God, it was $60,000, $70,000 a year school. And they were like, no, you can't afford this.
That's somebody's salary.
Exactly. But I was here thinking going $250,000 in debt was normal because no one tapped me on the shoulder and said that is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. So I took that year off. I didn't go to college that year. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to self-educate. I'm going to work my tail off. And next year I'll be able to afford to go to college on my own. And through that self-education, through Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and reading other business books, I was like, what the hell am I about to do? I realized I was getting ready to make a massive mistake, going $250,000 into debt. That's unbankruptable. You can't bankrupt a student loan.
Yeah. No
matter what, that stays with you. To go learn how to work for someone else when ultimately it's not what I wanted to do. And so I said, screw it, I'm not going to college. And for being the best decision ever.
Good. You went to college though, right?
Yeah, I did. So I just graduated recently in August. I was working in the mortgage industry while I was in school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers. Yo, so many congrats out here tonight.
We winning out here, people. We're winning.
Yes.
But it was a struggle to make it this far.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like that first year, it's a killer,
Yep.
But
it's worth it.
Again, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Keep cutting you off on the show, James.
Don't worry.
Who cares what he has to say?
Yo, it's always just me in the corner, just like, yo, what's up, guys? Hey, can I say something? No, but yeah. So I graduated recently. What do you call it? So I
anyway,
you guys violated me straight today. All right. Can I go? All right. So basically, I graduated with a degree that was similar to what I'm doing now. I was in the mortgage industry. I was like working full time basically while I was in school. School was difficult. It was really hard. Like I went to Baruch College. It's a CUNY school. So basically, you pay like a fraction of what you would pay at like a big school.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, at first I went to Binghamton, and then I transferred to Baruch when things started kicking off in the mortgage industry. Wanted to get closer to, what I was doing because I really like what I do. So I was in for finance. I trade equities. I'm like a big stock guy too, so like I do that as well. It definitely helps me in like what I want to do in life because like getting a business degree, depending on what you want to do, is very helpful for sure. But at the end of the day, like a lot of the stuff I learned, like you can learn on YouTube,
Well, exactly. Education is super important. It's how much are you going to pay and is it worth what you're paying?
Yeah.
And, shout out to a guy named Jack Schoenfeld. He's a 19-year-old kid that sat down with me and he just read Rich Dad Poor Dad, so he's all fired up. And he was going to NYU paying $35,000 a semester.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For 6 months, $35,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
And he's going and he's like, these professors are reading out of this textbook. He's like, I'm paying these people $70,000 a year to read out of a textbook. And he said, you know what? I'm actually going to go to Farmingdale College, which is much cheaper, not as prestigious.
Great school.
Great school.
Yeah.
And now he's paying a fraction of that, learning the same information. And you and I both know that if you want to learn about stocks, you could use YouTube. You
Exactly.
Could use Google. No. So like we at the program, we 100% believe in college and learning. We just don't believe in going to debt for it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would
That's
do
our
the
whole philosophy.
same exact thing. Like, honestly, like, grades matter a lot. Obviously, if you want to get scholarships, you have to make sure that if you want to go down that route, do as well as you can in school. Just get as many scholarships as possible. And, like, I think that, adding on to what you said, I feel like college is a tool. Like, if you want to, be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, you have to go to school. There's no way around it. If you're in a position where you want to be, you're an entrepreneur, you want to go into real estate, mortgages, like what I do, like, you don't need a college degree to do what I do. Anybody can just take the loan officer exam, and as long as they, pass that exam, they could be a loan officer.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of me being in finance, like if I wanted to go take my Series 7 tomorrow, I could, but like you need a finance degree or an economics degree, something in like the business field to land a job on where you want to be. So it depends on what you want to do, and I think we're all in agreement on that, So
Mike's in the corner ripping up his college application. Like, screw this! Just for the record, I went to college for like a month, then I dropped out. I was like, this is not for me. I'm out.
No, but honestly, like you can't always judge somebody on how intelligent they are and how they do on a test. Like you really can't. Like tell me how many people, I know so many people that literally have never went to college, like, and they're making, what I want to make in the future.
Salaries.
You know what I mean? Yeah, more than
100%.
doctor salaries.
Blowing
you know what I mean?
doctors out of the
Exactly.
water.
It's
Yep.
not even a comparison. So, like, obviously, you have to be smart in what you do.
Yes.
Like, you have to do your research and make sure that if you don't go to college, you have to be willing to, like, put your, nose to the concrete and work. Because, like, if you don't do that, just because you don't go to college, we're not saying that, like, you're just going to be a millionaire.
No,
it always takes something to do it,
Correct. You need education.
Yeah.
You need education to become a millionaire.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
110%.
Yeah, 100%. But again, it all depends on you at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Because, and I say this all the time, you can't teach somebody hunger. Like you can't teach them hustle. That's something that you're going to have within yourself. Either you're going to want to be successful or you're just going to lay back and be like, you know what, this is too hard.
Yeah.
And you have that mindset, I'm going to do something, I'm doing it. I think we all do here in this, or you can't see the audience, but I think we all do,
Yeah.
Our audience here, yeah.
The 17 million people watching us.
Yeah, you guys can't see this. There's 17 million people behind
They all
us.
have masks on, by the way.
Social distance, yeah.
6 feet apart.
You know what's funny? Today, this is a little off track. I always do this. But yo, you know how we were laughing so much today? Just wanted to make this clear. even though weed was just legalized in New York today, none of us are doing anything like that. So that was a joke. You guys don't laugh at my jokes. I'm not even funny. Why am I even here? I'm going to leave. All right, whatever.
I'm stoned to the bone right now. Just kidding. I don't smoke pot. I can't handle it, to be honest with you. But
you know,
we
things
can't
are
smoke
changing.
pot in our industry. If you go up against another agent who's smoking pot,
Like, dude, he's just not that good, all right? Like, just sign the papers, man. Just sign.
I'm going to whoop that agent's ass every time.
I got to buy a few things. Come on.
Doesn't work for me in our industry, but yeah.
But everything's changing. Everything's changing. This year was crazy. This past year and this year right now, we've seen how things are changing. We have, you know, Steven here talking about a 3D printed house. We've seen like lumber prices go up 200%. Contractors need to, you know, prepare out their renovations months in advance. So many things are changing in so many different industries and in our industry, you know, as well. And it's just like, so, you know, going back to, you know, 3D printed real quick, how do you think this is going to play out in the future? You think 3D printed houses are going to be like more mainstream, or
Do you think it's just like
It needs to
a
be.
one-hit wonder, or
It needs to be. The rate at which America is going right now with building new construction is it's unsustainable.
it's expensive?
It's expensive. It requires a lot of labor, and it's just going up at a rate that is not affordable and not obtainable for the average American. Now, the huge problem right now in real estate, why the market is the way it is because there's not enough inventory. And we cannot build enough new construction right now at an affordable rate for the first-time home buyers who are out there to be able to afford it. So how are we going to produce more housing and still make it obtainable for an average American? 3D printed homes comes in and makes it quicker, cheaper, faster, stronger. It's a much stronger build than stick construction.
So, I was going to ask you that question too, because I guess a lot of people's concern is like how sturdy, how, you know.
Yeah. No, this is a full, it's like living in a insulated cinder block in essence. It is, you know, they can't officially say that when you test concrete, it goes based on PSI. Traditional concrete structures are around 2,500 to 3,000 PSI. Their mixture has been tested to be almost 6,000 PSI. Wow. So it's almost twice as strong as traditional concrete structures. It's built 10 times as fast. The insulation design, actually, it has an R factor of 30, so it lowers your energy costs to heat the home and to cool the home, and it keeps keeps your temperature at a more manageable level. So every single aspect about it is enhanced and improved over new construction, and very rarely do you get cheaper, stronger, faster, better in the same equation.
That's crazy.
It's a house on steroids.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but yo, think about it in this perspective, right? Like we're gonna see, you know, we're all young, but we're gonna see like so many changes in the future, and just like I'm somebody who knows like barely anything. Like I'm sitting on my desk all day. I'm doing the
We
loans.
know that.
I'm doing all the financing. I don't know anything about what you guys do out in the field, right? Like with that whole construction thing, I never even touched it. But like, for example, like if you have a new investor who doesn't know everything about that, I feel like this is like a really like easier entry point in. Like you could just say like, I want this is what it's going to cost, this is how long it's going to take to do. As long as you figure out the other things, like you don't have to figure out how to like, you know, all the engineering beyond the property, like they'll take care of that for you, right?
Exactly. It's set it and forget it essentially. So you literally input codes onto the machine, and by the time you drive to go get coffee, if you accidentally get stuck in traffic, by the time you get back, the house is done. It's crazy. It's just a set it and forget it kind of a process, and it is easier, correct, for entry-level jobs, and also tech people. Obviously, you know, there's a big tech boom in the world right now, so this just provides more jobs for tech people. So
that's crazy.
I keep rolling back in this chair. I'm starting my conversation up here,
what the heck?
and it's like
I think he lied to us about
you guys are gonna hear the audio. It's just gonna be me talking like this. I keep rolling back.
People are like, what is he saying? Read his lips.
No, but that's awesome. So we've learned a lot about these, these changes that are coming in the market right now. That's crazy.
Give us your horror story, man. Like, what's one of the worst experiences you've been to real estate agent wise? Like, that you were like, yeah, you know what, this is crazy.
It's not a bad horror story. I'm a little pissed about it. But
How long ago?
it was last
Yesterday.
week. Last week, honestly. So I had, I listed a house on a Sunday. We were having the open house the next weekend. And I showed the house during the week. And somebody came in with an offer, $80,000 over asking price, all cash.
Oh, whoa.
All cash. So we said,
Are you
absolutely.
pissed about that?
No, I was great.
I'm pissed
great,
about that.
Great for my seller. Great for my seller, but we
Who
can't.
needs the bank?
All right, I'm out, guys.
Your jokes suck anyway.
Whatever. I know I'm not funny.
But we ended up canceling the open house as a result. So we got this offer in on Thursday. The guy did no inspection on the house, signed contracts on Friday.
Oh, so he signed.
He signed
I
contracts.
think you're going to say he backed out.
No, he signed contracts, and we had the open house for that Saturday, the day after. So I had to cancel it last minute. And you know that when you cancel an open house, there isn't a mass notification system that
It's
says,
not like
hey,
everybody gets a message like,
No.
hey, it's canceled.
nobody gets a message that the open house is canceled because the system's just not designed for it. So I canceled the open house.
It needs to be 3D printed.
Quicker. And somebody had drove an hour to get to the open house and found out it was canceled, and they blamed me. I'm like, look, your agent should have looked it up the day before, one, but and two, there's no way for me to notify everybody that the open house is canceled. And they gave me a bad Google review.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right? Now you feel my pain. They're like, where's it going? I got a bad Google review over it.
That
They
still
lied in the
sucks.
Google review. They're like, oh, he was rude to us. I didn't even answer their call because I was busy. So I didn't even speak to them, and they just lied. But anyway, I'm still upset about it, as you can tell.
No, that's the kiss of death.
That is a kiss of death. Yeah.
You could just put like, liar, liar, liar.
Yeah.
So it's glad that this is being filmed. For the record, he wasn't rude. There you
Yo,
go.
everyone give him a Google review.
Yes. Up his
Wow.
Google reviews.
Thank you. I might do a new one. For every Google review, I'm going to donate 50 cents to Kevin.
Why not me?
Or to
Nah,
to
give it to
James.
James. He needs to go get his
Yo, come on, think of something. Come on.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
there you go.
your jokes. You gotta
right,
you
I'll
need some
take some.
training.
To James Joke's career.
Maybe I'll go to college for that. We'll see. That wasn't funny either. All right, whatever. I'm striking out today.
We're laughing. It's very funny.
You have all like the dad jokes. Nobody laughs.
Whatever. I'm just being myself.
How are we doing so far on this podcast? By the way?
I don't even know.
Is this like the 5th and last episode ever for you guys? I'm sorry.
Probably.
We're probably gonna have to chop this episode up. Like,
Yeah, I know. You guys told me you guys don't edit any episodes, and
Yeah, we only restarted one last episode. We just restarted it. Other than that, yeah, never had to. But no, we've
First
been on a
time for
different
everything.
tangent. We're on a different tangent today.
again, just touching base on that, we're giving away a $1 inspection, man. A $1 inspection. All you have to do is
You got to go to our Instagram. You got to share the post and tag 3 friends and just comment and just share. I said that. Just follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. Sorry, yo, this apple juice is a little crazy.
what is in here?
Oh my God, we're gonna have to Uber home.
All right, so Steven, how can people reach out to you? Where can they find you? And closing remarks. What do you want to say to the people?
Sure. King of Homes on Instagram. That's a big thing.
We'll make it
follow
pop
us.
up.
Oh, thank you. Right down here.
Yeah.
Or up here if you guys decide later.
Put on his head.
King of Homes. On Instagram or on Facebook, I'm pretty easy to find. YouTube, we're just starting our own YouTube channel now, so find me there. Or you can call me at 631-624-1159.
Hey,
Like
all
that.
right, perfect.
But wait, there's more. Just for $9.99.
All right, so this is a great episode. So we laughed a lot, but even though we were laughing a lot, we still got a lot of information from Steven on everything going on.
Again, congratulations, man, on the 3D printed. That's a big game changer there. On the 30 under 30, man.
Thank you.
And it's so cool just seeing young guys at the office just coming up, and being at that level, competing with people who've been in the business for like 20, 30 years, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of talent at it, dude.
There is.
Brokerage, a lot of talent.
There
I learn
is.
a lot from young guys all the time. Even you. I mean, he's, again, for the audience at home, this guy kills it.
IRS, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I don't know. I just met him today.
He makes a good $10,000 a year. But, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
We appreciate you having you here, man. It's been fun. It's been exciting.
Thank you.
We're excited to see what you do next. And, signing off. Kevin Iglesias, Associate Broker Realty Connect.
James Chattery, United Mortgage.
Episode 5.
Stephen King, Realty Connect, USA.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Cue the outro.
Thank you for tuning in to the Real Estate and Chill podcast with James Chaudhry and Kevin Iglesias. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this with your friends, your enemies, your mother-in-law. No, seriously, this podcast is so fucking good, you might want to tell your ex.